welcome PMT and PT students. The aim of today's lecture is to let you feel that physics and chemistry and also mathematics, no doubt, are quite interesting, and these are not the subjects to do labor unnecessary and to unnecessarily mug. Now please see, we are taking up a very small thing what today you learn in class 8th or 9th. Like for example, Boyle's law. What an easy thing we are going to learn. But please see what a fantastic thing Boyle has spoken in Boyle's law. See, what is Boyle's law? As we know, when pressure is applied on a gas, the volume will decrease in a reciprocal proportion provided mass and temperature remain constant. This is spoken as Boyle's law, as we know. Now the question arises, if we ask a layman, what does he understand when gas is pressed? What will happen to the gas? He will say the volume will decrease, but he might not know the technical word volume. Then he might say the gas will shrink. Now the question arises, what Boyle has spoken is more or less the same what a layman can understand. Then a fine question arises, why should Boyle be famous for such a light thing, as we know that he became famous with this law in the whole world? What I want to signify is this, that something hidden is more meaningful and which should come up. Now please see, what is that meaningful which should come up, which has to be understood. Now please see it. Like for example, we understand that when vapor mean like steam. Now when vapors are pressed, shall we observe? Gas will decrease in volume, and gradually the volume will become very small, and after that what will happen? The gas will turn into liquid. Now the question arises, if we similarly press a gas, what will happen? What we should feel? We should feel that the gas will also turn into liquid after sufficient application of pressure. But what do we see in fact? What Boyle has seen in fact? That is the question. The observation of Boyle leads to the fact that it is not so. In fact, the gases are not liquefied by mere application of pressure. Now this is the fact what made Boyle famous in the whole world. Then why gases are not liquefied, and by mere application of pressure, why are they not liquefied? This is a question which made Boyle famous in the whole world. Now for a good student, these are not the questions you might feel that these are the questions only for a big scientist to understand, but this is not so, please. Please follow that these are something pertaining to these aspects have been asked in PMT somewhat in 70s and 80s. That is in the session 70s and session 80s. Now question appeared in PMT that what is the difference between gas and vapors? Now one more question may appear in your examination of any of the examinations like PMT, PT or any other examination. Who gave the difference between gas and vapors? So you follow that this is in fact given by Boyle, that the difference between gas and vapors. Now please understand ahead, in a speech of almost 5 to 10 minutes, whatever I have spoken just now, it may cover almost 5 to 10 pages of books, printed type of books, cover pages. Now please follow in these 5 or 10 pages or 5 to 10 minutes speech, what have I spoken which is to be understood? Please see that this is only one line. What is the difference between gas and vapors? And the other, who gave this difference? For these two lines you have not to mug, you have to understand. And I have shown you that even a very small thing, what is called as Boyle's law, is famous. It should have made famous in the whole world the scientist Boyle, and it did. Now for a finer student, these are very fine questions. What is the difference between gas and vapor, and why is this difference is a foremost question what everyone should be after to answer. Now a bad student will be the one who will forget this question. Good student is the one in whose mind it should settle down. This question should settle down into mind, and it should be after the finding of the answer. Now please see, we go ahead and to understand what is Charles law. Again, a very small thing. See, what is Charles law we are going to speak about. That too you learn in now 8th or 9th and something like 10th class. Now please see, Vt is equal to V0, 1 plus T by 273. This is Charles law, you know. The statement I need not to give. Now what do we see in this equation? If we put T is equal to minus 273, then the volume will become what? V minus 273 will become 0. Please see it. So volume at minus 273 is 0. But the question arises, if volume at minus 273 is 0, the foremost question is, why will the molecules go? I mean to say, if molecules do exist, they might cover a very small volume, smallest maybe, any small volume, but it cannot be 0. The question arises, how can volume be 0? So we want to say that volume cannot be 0. Please see. Now we understand ahead that if volume is not 0, then is Boyle incorrect? Is Charles incorrect? That Charles have said that V minus 273 is 0. Therefore, there is a now curious tangle. Please see what a curious tangle we have got, that V minus 273 have to be 0, which is not correct. Then what is correct? That is to be known. The answer to this question I'll give you in following lectures. Please